Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, or rather, good evening. Please say something if you can hear me. Just type hi. Yeah, please kindly.
Hello, we can hear you. Good morning.
Yeah. Sorry, can you kindly turn off your microphones, please? Good evening, everyone. Sorry, we're starting late. We had some issues with our network, but we're good. We're here now. Good evening. My name is Laura. I'm the head of internal operations at Symbolic Development Limited. So firstly, okay. Okay, so Hello, everyone. I'm so sorry for the break in transmission. I had issues with my system, but I'm back on now. So, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear myself. Okay, so welcome to our webinar today. Webinar starts with how to earn rental income without owning a property. Let me share my screen with you. Okay. So firstly, we're pleased to have you. Again, I'm sorry for the break in transmission. I had an issue with my system, but I'm back on now. So I'm pleased to have you today. My name is Laura, like I earlier said. I'm the head of internal operations at Symbolic Development Limited. Let me just give you a few information about Symbolic Development. Symbolic Development launched in 2019, about 3 years ago. And since then, we have been able to acquire 40 acres of land. We sold out 2 estates, and we are currently developing 65 homes somewhere in Ekpe. We've launched a few projects, like I earlier said. We have the Enclave 1, the Nook ACEs, and the Enclave 2. So Enclave 1 and the Nook are currently all sold out, but we have some ongoing work at ACEs and Enclave 2. And now I'll be handing over to our CEO, Mr. Olisa Omera, who is going to be handling the webinar for today. So over to you, Mr. Olisa.
Yeah, hello everyone. Good evening. First of all, I want to apologize for starting late. Yes, this thing, I don't know, they happen, but I'm very sorry that we're starting, quite behind schedule. So I'll go straight to the point. Just give me a moment. Let me share my screen. Okay. Oh boy. Sorry. Okay, guys. So I hope everyone can hear me, and I hope I'm not breaking. Please, if I get to break, or if there's any point where you cannot hear me, just drop a message, and I'll see it and then recap. So yes, my name is Olisa Omera. I am the CEO at Symbolic Development Limited. Symbolic Development is a real estate company. We are into real estate development, real estate acquisition. So we acquire land in different locations and then develop them into properties that people can use. Yes, as a company, our big goal is to develop 10,000 properties, 10,000 apartments by the year 2030. And our focus is not just on Lagos. Our focus is on, the entire sub-Saharan African market. But right now, we are in Lagos. Yes, like Laura said, we started in 2019, and so far we've been able to acquire over 40 acres of land. And these 40 acres are divided into 3 estates: the Enclave, the Nook, and the Enclave 2. The Enclave and the Nook, are sold out, like you said, and then we are currently selling land at the Enclave 2, while we are developing apartments, homes at the Nook. And that's what we call ACEs. That's the one she showed you, ACEs. ACEs are a set of 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, and 3-bedroom bungalows, So I just wanted to go through that so that you understand who we are. And now I would go back to the presentation. So for today's event is for anyone who's looking to invest in real estate. So the truth is that there are different asset classes, that you can find. There's real estate, there's cryptocurrency, there's forex, there is agriculture. These days, people, have agricultural investments. There's stocks, and these different asset classes have their upsides, they have their downsides. I won't talk about the upsides or downsides of any other asset class. I'm going to focus on real estate for this evening. So the good thing about real estate, first of all, is that real estate is stable. So it's stable. When I say it's stable, the value of real estate, rises with the way the economy rises. And the funny thing is that even when the economy, plunges or takes a plunge, the value of real estate does not take a, how do I put it now, does not take an equal plunge, unlike when we consider some other asset classes that once the economy is bad, it goes down. That's one. Two, real estate can be touched. So unlike asset classes that are, what do we call it now, that are not tangible, real estate can be touched. So what happens is that even when the economy is bad and it affects the value of real estate, what happens is that when the economy comes back up, that same real estate that we're talking about regains its value or goes back to what it used to be. And the best part is that there are different strategies, for investing in real estate, but that's not what we're looking at now. So this is also for old-time investors, people who have been investing in real estate, and then maybe you've been buying land, you've been buying houses, but now you're actually looking to make money from real estate without tying your money down in a house, maintaining the house and doing all that. This is for you. The people who want to earn rental income. Now, the thing about rental income is that rental income is one beautiful way to earn money. So it's something that you can predict, So there are a lot of people who want to earn rental income. This event is for you. And people who want to create multiple sources of income. I guess that explains itself already. So let me quickly ask you a question. What would you be able to do if you could earn an extra 20%, 25% income every year? The thing about real estate is that real estate offers you an opportunity to earn an income that would also help you take care of your expenses, some of your expenses, without having to touch your, what do I call it now, your main income. Now, this is what I mean. With an extra, say, 200K, 400K, 800K, or even 2 million naira, like we have on this screen, you can pay your school, your children's school fees effortlessly. You can take a vacation. You can send gifts to your parents. You can you can save enough funds if you want to leave Nigeria, and you can start that business that you have always dreamt of. Now, the thing about real estate is that real estate affords you all that. Now, imagine that you are, say, 50 years old, and then you have, say, 10 or 15 apartments that give you rent every year. Imagine you have 15 apartments and you're 50 years old, and you have 10 or 15 apartments that give you rent every year. And each apartment gives you 1 million naira. Each apartment gives you 1 million naira. What it means is that every year, no matter what you do, you are going to earn 10 to 15 million naira every year. Now, this does not stop whatever you are earning at that time. This does not change the value of your property. No matter how well you earn this money, your property does not disappear. That is the value of real estate. So if you know that an extra 20%, an extra 25% every year, is something that makes sense, is something that you would like to earn, then this class is for you. And to get the best out of this presentation, I would need you to keep away all distractions, get a notepad just in case you want to write something that catches your attention, and then I need you to pay rapt attention in this class. Just to be sure that you can hear me and you can see me, please, can you just type, I can hear you in the chat section. Chat section. That's if anyone can type, because I'm trying hard here to look at, to see what I'm doing. Great. All right, great. All right. Okay, so after this webinar, let me share my screen again, guys. Sorry. So after today's webinar, yes, you should be able to learn, or you should be able to know how real estate works, different ways to earn from real estate, 2 common types of real estate income. You should know a unique strategy to earn rent without owning any property, which is why we are here today. And you should be able to learn how to generate capital for your next real estate investment. So let's go straight to it. Okay, here are the rules. You must be interested in real estate. Of course, I expect that if you're here today, you are already interested in real estate. 2, the truth is that you should not expect to get 100% interest in a short period. That's not how real estate works. So real estate is not a Ponzi scheme. It's not a scam. It's not a high yield investment program. It's not a get money quick thing. But it is something that is guaranteed to give you predicted income, and you should be passionate about creating wealth. So let us get straight into it. Now, there are different ways to earn, from real estate. First of all, we have capital gains, and then we have cash flow. We have capital gains, and then we have cash flow. Now, this is how cash flow works. If you decide to buy a house today, or buy a parcel of land and then build a house on it, basically for the purpose of renting that apartment. So either you rent the apartment on the regular rent market, or today with the innovation we have, you put it on the short let market. Provided you are renting that apartment out, what you get is cash flow. So if you get rent every month or you get rent every year, that is cash flow. The second way to earn from real estate is by earning capital gains. Now, how does capital gains work? You buy a parcel of land, for instance, and then say you buy it in a place like Ekpe for 1.5 million naira today, and then you decide to hold it for 5 years or for 10 years, and then you sell it at say 9 million naira or 12 million naira in 10 years. The profit that you have gained is capital gains. Now, these are the 2 basic ways, these are 2 basic kinds of income you can get from real estate. Now, there are different ways to create this income. It's either, and these are the typical ways we know. So it's either you buy land, or you buy a house, or you buy land, build on the house and rent the house, like I said, or you do what we call commercial real estate. Commercial real estate is either you build shops or you build offices, that people can use. These are different types of real estate that are different type of income that you can create from real estate. Now, today, what we are going to be showing you is a new way you can invest in real estate. Now, this is different from the two major ways, of earning from real estate. This is different from buying land for appreciation or buying land to develop. This is different from buying land to sell. This is different from buying land to develop to sell. This is different from everything that you have ever heard of. So, guys, permit me to present to you what we call the funded opportunity. And I'm going to share my screen at this point. I'm going to share my screen at this point. Yes, so permit me to present to you what we call the funded opportunity. So think about funded like this. Think about funded like this. Funded, before I define what is on the screen, before I define what is on the presentation, funded is an opportunity that allows you to partake in the development of properties, and by so doing, allows you to earn rent every year. So if you look around Lagos today, if you look around Nigeria today, there are lots of real estate developers. What developers do is that, like what we do is that we take a parcel of land, we build on it, and we sell. Or we take a parcel of land, build on it, sell some of it, rent some of it. You understand? And then that is how real estate developers make money. What Fundit is doing now is that it allows you to be a part of that value creation process. And by being a part of that value creation process, it allows you to earn an income from that. Now, unlike what we have in the market where you just invest in a project and you earn returns after 1 year or 2 years, or maybe after the project has been realized, what Fundit is doing is that Fundit is allowing you to earn for a period. And then after that period, if you want to, you can continue earning. So I would share my screen now and show you what is on this presentation. Yes, so guys, Fundit is an investment scheme that allows individuals invest in the development of new apartments and allows them earn yearly returns. How does it work? What we have done is that we have been able to break Fundit down into two categories. There's a category that allows you earn 20% every year, and there's a category that allows you earn 25% every year. So if you invest between 1 million naira, which is the minimum investment here, and 9.999 million naira, you get to earn 20% returns every year. But now, if you decide to invest, say, from 10 million naira and above, that gives you 25%. So let me explain the first category. Category A says, let's say Mrs. Fumi invests 5 million naira, which is in category A. What she gets every year is a 20% return on investment for the first 4 years of her investments. And at the end of the 4th year of her investments, she can now decide and say, you know what? I do not want to continue, with this investment. I want to exit this investment. So what do I do now? I want my 5 million naira back. So what happens is that she gets her 5 million naira back. Someone just asked, for those of us that don't have 1 million, what can't we invest? Yes, I'm going to get to that. I'm going to answer that question. Now, in these 4 years, what Mrs. Fumi has done is that she has been able to create an income where she earned 80% of her investment and she got her money back. Now, if Mrs. Fumi says, I want to keep earning these returns every year, all she has to do is at the end of the 4th year, she says, I want to continue investing, put my money in another, project. And what we'll do is we'll put our money in another project and she continues earning for the next 4 years. After 4 years, what she can do is say, okay, I want my money back, or I want to keep investing. Now, what we have been able to create is that Mrs. Fumi can now earn both cash flow and capital gains. So her capital is safe, and she earns cash flow, and she can still get her money back at the end of the 4th year. Now, the first question people would ask is this money going to be put in an actual project? The answer is yes. The next question people will ask is, can I visit this project? The answer is yes. The third question people will ask is, what form of security does Mrs. Fumi have for her money? And the answer is, her money will be put in an actual project, and a part of that project will not be sold until Mrs. Fumi gets her money back. And even when the duration of that project is done, what happens is that that money, say she wants to reinvest it, that money will be taken and put in another project. And if at any time, Mrs. Fumi's money is supposed to be moved from one project to another, she will be informed that her money is going to be moved to another project. So for instance, if Mrs. Fumi invests in the development of the 65 units of 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom bungalows that we are constructing at Ekpe right now, and then after 2 years, we want to take her capital and put it in the development of, say, 24 units of apartments in Lekki, phase 1, she will be informed that money is being moved to a new project. So she knows where her money is at every point in time. Now, let us look at anybody who earns 10 million naira and above. 10 million naira and above. If you decide to invest 10 million and above, you get 25% interest per annum. That's 25% interest every year. And it's the same structure that Mrs. Fumi had for category A for 20% that you would have for category B, where you earn 25% interest every year. Now, let me explain how this works. Let's look at Okechukwu. Okechukwu runs a business. So his business gives him money, But all this money, he doesn't want to just keeping it in the bank, putting it in treasury bills that will give him very little returns. He doesn't want to put it in a fixed deposit that will give him very little returns. He wants to put it in real estate. However, if you put it in real estate, the average returns you can get from rent might be, say, around 6%, if it's high, 7% or 10%. Even though the beauty is that he's going to keep earning that for the rest of his life. But Okechukwu doesn't want that. He wants to actually invest in a project that will give him more. And so he decides to use Fund It as a vehicle. He decides to invest in Fund It. And then he chooses category B. He decides to invest 30 million naira. Every year, Okechukwu will earn 25% of his investment. 25% of this money is 7.5 million naira. So in the first year, he's going to earn 7.5 million naira. In the second year, he's going to earn 7.5 million naira. In the third year, he's going to earn 7.5 million naira. And in the fourth year, he's going to earn 7.5 million naira. What Okechukwu has just done is that he has earned 100% of his investment in 4 years. Now, the truth is that you need to ask yourself, what will double my investment in 4 years while ensuring that my money is safe? There are not so many investments that can give you that. It's either they can double your investment in a short time, but it's not safe, or it's safe, but they can't double your investment in that period. But in this case, he can both double his investment, and he can point to a house where his money is. In case something happens, that house can be sold and his money will be given to him. So in the fourth year, Okechukwu says, you know what? I want to collect my 30 million naira back. What would happen? We return his 30 million naira. So what he has earned is 60 million naira. Now, if Okechukwu says at the end of the fourth year that he doesn't want to take his money back, what happens? We take that money and we put it in a new project. And what happens? The project starts giving him minimum 25% for the next 4 years. However, this percentage interest can be increased depending on the economy, depending on profits realized, and so many other things. Now, remember we said at the beginning of this presentation that our big goal is to develop 10,000 homes by the year 2030. And we are just getting started. So, at this point, I would like to take your questions, and then, at the end of it, you'll probably get an email from us and all that. But first of all, let me take your questions so that I'll know if you have been following, my presentation so far. So, Onyechi says, so for those of us that don't have 1 million, can't we invest? And the truth is that right now, the funding opportunity is open to people who want to invest a minimum of 1 million naira. But we are currently working on something that allows people to invest less than 1 million naira. And probably in our next presentation, we would show you that opportunity that allows you to invest less than 1 million naira in the next presentation. So, questions, if you have questions, please just type your questions and then I'll read them out and then answer them. Yes, the name of our company is Symbolic Development Limited. Symbolic Development Limited. Symbolic starts with an X, XYMBOLIC. Symbolic Development Limited. Please, can we take your questions? Questions, please. Questions, please. Questions, please. I want to believe that everyone heard when I was presenting so that it's not like I was presenting to myself. Yes, so Akinyemi Morakinyo says, are all your estates in Ekpe for now? Yes, as of today, all our estates are in Ekpe, although we currently are working on new developments outside Ekpe, somewhere around, the Lekki axis. Once that is ready, of course, we'll open it to the public for investments. But yes, all our estates are in Ekpe for now. Questions, please. So it says, can someone do below 1 million naira? Yeah, like I said before, yeah, we are working on something, that would allow people who want to invest below 1 million naira invest in these developments. Once we do that, once we get that ready, we'll let you know. So at the capital insured, the capital is insured by the buildings you're investing in. So what we do is that we have a cap on the amount we want to raise. So we are not going to raise beyond a certain amount, In some cases, 165 million, in some cases, 250 million, If once we reach that cap, we stop investing. And what happens is that your investments are represented by particular units of apartments. So if we are raising 250 million naira, 250 million naira are represented by some particular units that will be left unsold. So, those assets are backing your investments. Is there a possibility to do less than 4 years? This investment has been structured already. So what we say is you are going to be investing in something that has been structured. If someone says, let's do 1 year today, someone says, let's do 2 years tomorrow, another person says, let's do 5 years, what happens is that we are going to be doing what everybody wants, and then that kills the structure. Akiyemi says, how do you see Ekpe's development in the next 2 to 4 years? Ekpe is the next big thing to happen to Lagos. If you've never visited Ekpe before, what I want you to do is visit Ekpe. First of all, there are a lot of developments that are coming into Ekpe already. And you know that one good thing that makes investments thrive is good road. The roads in Ekpe are fantastic. And that has been drawing investments into Ekpe. That's one. Two, the road leading to Ekpe from the Lekki-Ekpe Expressway is currently being constructed. And you need to see the quality of that road. The thickness, the width, it's a 6-lane road. That road is going to make more people live in Ekpe and work in other parts of Lagos. 3, the road leading from Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State to Ekpe is another thing that is going to get people to invest in Ekpe. 4, if you've heard about the Alaro City, you know that the Alaro City is like a free trade zone. That Alaro City is located in Ekpe, and it's going to bring migration, it's going to bring development, it's going to bring a whole lot to Ekpe. In fact, a plot of land in Ekpe that sells for 1.5 million naira today, in 4 years should sell for around 7 to 9 million naira. And this is facts. This is facts. In fact, after this event, I'm going to tell my guys to send you a link to a documentary that we did on Ekpe in 2020, last year. So you see what Ekpe looks like, just in case you don't know what Ekpe looks like. So guys, next question, please. Next question, please. Next question, please. Any other questions? Yeah, so this one says, how would you, okay, let me answer this one first. We won't start earning from the first year of investment. Would the 25% be paid at the end of the 12th month? Yes, you'll start earning from the first year of the investment. This question is from YouTube. You will start earning from the first year of the investment. So if you invest on the 1st of May 2021, on the 1st of May 2022, you will get your first investment. Will the 25% be paid at the end of the 12th month? Yes, it will be paid at the end of the 12th month. At the end of every 12th month, you get 25%. And if you can walk into our office and pick up a check, you can pick up a check on the day of your investment. So make your payment, walk into our office, you get a contract of investment, and you get a check that allows you, go straight to the bank and withdraw at the end of the first year. What insurance company are you using for investors' money? I'm not using any insurance company. So because what we've done is that we have looked at different insurance companies and we asked them, how can you insure people's funds? And they said, they cannot insure people's funds. That what companies do is they just insure the life of the person who's investing. And you ask me, what exactly are you insuring when you insure someone's life? If you invest 30 million naira, for instance, and you're insuring your life, if anything happens, what will the insurance company pay you 30 million naira? But what we are saying is that your 30 million naira represents a part of this project. And if you represent a part of this project, it means that your 30 million naira is in the ground, it's there. You can touch it, you can feel it, So, and this part of this project will be left unsold. We will not sell it, until you get your money back. And even if you want to move your money from one project to another project, you will be informed before we move your money to another project. So your investment is backed by the assets, the real assets that you can see, that you can touch, that you can feel. Yeah. Onyechi says, so the check you talked about, getting on the day you make your investment, is it a positive check? Yes, it's a positive check. We are going to give you a positive check, that you can cash when your date reaches. We won't start earning from the first year. That's Chinelo. Will the 25% be paid at the end of the 12th month? Yes. You start earning from the first year, at the end of the first year, and your 25% will be paid at the end of the 12th month. I've answered this before. I guess it's the same person that asked this question. Yeah, so the person says, how would you know the development process of the project? How would you know the development process of the project? So first things first, you are going to be added to when you make your investment, you are going to be added to a mailing list, an email list, and you are going to get updates on the development of the project. That's one. Two, you are going to have an opportunity to visit this project from time to time. So we are going to organize, regular inspections that would allow you visit this project. So you can visit the project, you can see the project, you can touch the project, and you get emails, regular emails on this project. In fact, in addition to the email where you get the link to see what's happening in Ekpe right now, I'm also going to get my team to send you, current pictures of what we have done so far with the project at Ekpe, so you see what we are talking about. Yeah, any more questions, please? Any more questions, please? Okay. Akemi says none from my end. All right. You'll get an email from us, and our team will reach out to you, so that we can continue this conversation and then help you make an investment in Fund It. Any other questions from anybody? So we'll know if we are to call it a day, I will contact you, say tomorrow, so that we can finalize the discussions or know how you want to proceed. Okay. In the absence of any other questions, I would love to end. Okay, Onyechi says wait. I'm waiting. So can there be any unforeseen events in the future that does not affect one's investment? So the truth is, no one is God, and I cannot play God. So we don't know if the world is going to end tomorrow. Neither do we know what's going to happen tomorrow. But on our end, what we try to do is ensure that we do everything to ensure that our investors' capital and interests are safe. So from trying to get the right permits to trying to get the right documentation for our projects to actually, constructing the project, putting it up on the market for sale. Like basically, we try to do everything right to ensure that we block all loopholes. And this is real estate. This is not cryptocurrency, this is not forex, this is not stocks that where your money can vanish in minutes because of the fact that it is volatile. So not because they are scams or anything, but because it is volatile. Real estate is not volatile. Even if something happens, the house is there, that's basically what it is. So it is stable. You can see it. You can feel it. It is tangible. The worst that can happen is that the house we were supposed to sell in November doesn't sell in November and we sell it in January. So those are, the worst that can happen. And so we are saying that from our end, we are plugging all loopholes that, can affect any unforeseen event, or that will affect investors' capital and interests. Yes, that is it. I hope that answers your question, Onyechi. All right, she said yes, it does. Thank you. All right, so Onyechi, we are going to reach out to you. We are going to send those mails, and I'll get someone from our team to reach out to you so that we can finalize this, deal and get you on board. All right, guys. Any other questions? If there are any other questions, I'm going to give 2 minutes, in case there are any other questions. Okay, Akiyemi, you say you have another meeting in a few minutes. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. We'll reach out to you. Yeah, this evening or tomorrow morning. All right, guys. In the absence of any other questions, I want to thank you very much for attending this event. I also want to thank my team, the team that organized this event, because this would not have been possible without them. Yes, and I want you to know that what we are going to do is we are going to reach out to you via email, or if we have your phone number, we are probably going to give you a call and continue this conversation. And then just let us know what you want to invest, how you want to proceed. And then our team would help you go through the entire process so that you can successfully make your investment. Thank you very much, guys. And until I see you again, bye and have a wonderful week. Thank you very much.